Welcome to another eBay unboxing. This one's so exciting. Oh my God. I was waiting for this with anticipation. All right, let's unbox it in fast motion. Okay, you don't know how badly I wanted this. And so what this is this is a holy relic of Saint Anthony, one of my favorite saints in the world. Why? Because when I was a kid, my mom used to pin Saint Anthony scapulars to my undershirt. I remember one day I was really worried about a test. There was an upcoming test in school. And I said, Mom, I'm going to fail. And if I fail it, my grade, I won't get on honor roll. And she said, pray to Saint Anthony. And then she put scapulars on my undershirt and safety pin them. And the whole entire day I thought I was golden, if you know what I mean. You know that feeling of being golden, like nothing can like stop you. I got 100 on that test plus extra credit, and I got on the honor roll. And when I went home, by the way, everything about that day was perfect. You know those type of days I'm talking about where nothing goes wrong? Well, it was that day. Nothing went wrong. Everything sort of was like up my alley. All my ducks were in a row, all my I's were dotted, and all my T's were crossed. And as soon as I came home, what do you think I did? I took the scapula off, unpinned it, and gave it back to my mother because I was afraid the magic of St. Anthony was in my mind. You know, it was all part of some kind of like psychosomatic type of thing, and I just didn't want the magic to ever end in my memory. So I gave it back to her because what if he couldn't perform the same thing on a second day or a third day or a fourth or a fifth? So I figured let's quit while we're ahead. And so that's like my thing with St. Anthony. Another story. There was this little old lady that I used to work with at a savings bank, and I was very poor. I was a young kid. I was like an 18-year-old, and I had my own apartment. I didn't have any money for extras, and everybody would order lunch every day from a fancy deli. And I think I told you guys this story before. And I said, she said, how come you're not ordering a sandwich? Which I never did anyway, because I couldn't afford it. And I said, because I don't have any money. And I wasn't trying to make her feel sorry for me. I just didn't have any money. And I went without lunch every single day. And so she said to me, pray to St. Anthony. And I did silently at my desk because I used to open up savings accounts all day. I prayed. And then I opened up my drawer because I needed a pen because I was opening up a savings account for someone who actually had money. And I opened up my drawer and there was a $10 bill in there. And I will tell you right now, there's no way a $10 bill would have gotten in my drawer because I was broke. And maybe the old lady put it in my drawer, and maybe she didn't. Maybe it was St. Anthony. And before my beloved mother who passed died, she used to always say to me when things were like really tough, pray to St. Anthony. And she used to talk about herself in the third party, for your mother. Pray to St. Anthony for your mother. He listens to you. And I'm like, how does he listen to me? I don't even go to church. I'm not a devout Catholic. And, I used to pray for her and ask St. Anthony for help. So when I saw this, I was like, I have to have it. And so the seller listed it. She was a zero feedback seller. And she opened it up at like $9.99. And I contacted her and said, would you be willing to accept an offer of $225 for this item? Wisely, she turned around and said, well, I'd really like to take your offer, but this is very dear to me. And I've had this for many, many years, and I really don't want to part with it. And I was like, there's going to be bid wars on this one. And it turns out I waited 7 days. Watch this. There was 31 watchers on this. And I went in with 3 seconds left to the auction's end. And I won it for guess how much? $225, what I offered her. And I can't believe that this thing didn't go higher because it's an ex-os. What is an ex-os? It's a bone, boys and girls. That is the bone of St. Anthony. And it says St. Anthony, and that's P-A-T is Padua. C and D. I think that stands for confessor, and D is doctor of the church. Very interesting. Now, they say don't tamper with these, but I'm not really tampering. I just want to see if it has the wax seal. So I'm just going to try to see if I can get this backing off very gently. And I don't know if it's like a pendant, sort of. It's got like sticky, gooey stuff on the back. And I'm trying without breaking my nail. Let me see. Can this be opened? Is it soldered? I don't know if it's soldered. I'll be back. It does come off. By the way, what the seller told me when I made her the offer, she said, if God wills it, you will get this. And I was praying. I'm not going to lie. I don't go to church every Sunday. I'm not proud of that. But I was praying and hoping and praying. Oh, yes. This is official, boys and girls. This is a real relic. And it was okayed by the Postula General. Oh, yeah. This is real. All right, now we need to put this in a Monstrance. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in a Monstrance. I got to put this back together. And I'm looking at my viewfinder, which is on Zoom right now, to try to get this back on. All right, so now we know that this is actually a real relic. This is not phony baloney. There are phony balonies out there, I might add. Lots of phony balonies. There are a lot of people that put chicken bones in these, and they're very creative to make these things look old. But this is definitely authentic. Extremely authentic. All right, I'm going to clean it up a little, and we're going to get this in one of these. Hold on, I'll show you. One of these monstrances, and I'll be right back. Oh, I'm so excited. We'll have like a little St. Anthony moment. We'll discuss St. Anthony and all things St. Anthony. Did I just bang into my microphone? I'm sorry. All right, I just cleaned it. About to go in the Monstrance, and then we'll do a little thing. St. Anthony, the finder of lost items. Whenever you lose something, like your car keys, your wallet, anything, pray to St. Anthony, and he'll make sure you find it. Because get this, when I asked the lady about ending the auction early, I was cleaning up, I was tidying up, waiting for her reply. And then when she said no, something fell to the floor, and guess what it was? A St. Anthony pendant on a chain that I don't know where the heck it came from. It wasn't mine. And I asked my husband, and he's like, oh yeah, 2 weeks ago, some religious organization gave that to us for free, asking us for a donation, and I stuck it somewhere. And it just had fallen to the floor. And I was like, that's a little odd. All right, so here he is, right here in the center. I gave him a blue background because I think blue, he's a boy, right? Oh my God, look at that. That is just so beautiful. All right, so now I have St. Anthony in my collection. I am so excited. Let's do a quick cutaway, and we'll find out more about St. Anthony if you don't know who he is. By the way, pray for him. He actually listens. I forgot to say, if you lose something, if you're a lost soul also. I just can't get over this. Oh my God, this is just, it's beautiful, guys. Look at this. I'm trying to get because there's like a lot of, lighting glare on this. Oh my God. It's so hard to get these censored in these things. But this is besides St. Teresa of Lisieux, I have a couple of those first-class relics of St. Teresa of Lisieux. Oh my God. Like my St. Anthony now and my Pope Pius X are my favorite ones. I have like 20 more of these. There's just no more room on my counter anymore. All right, let's go find out more about St. Anthony, the patron saint of the lost or lost items.
St. Anthony was once A, an Augustinian, B, a Carthusian, or C, a Trappist monk. The answer is A. St. Anthony was once an Augustinian, and then he left the order founded by St. Augustine and became a Franciscan friar. Anthony was born in 1195, only 13 years after St. Francis of Assisi was born. Anthony was born in Lisbon, Portugal, and even though a lot of people think Anthony was Italian, he was Portuguese, and given the baptismal name of Fernando. His parents, Martin and Mary Bulham, belonged to one of the wealthiest and prominent families in the city. But Anthony left it all to follow Christ more closely. Often we could look at St. Anthony's life and remember him as only someone who helps us find lost things, objects. But if we look at his life, Anthony had a lot of plans for himself that I guess God didn't really agree with. Anthony thought he had a vocation in the Augustinian order. God wanted him to be a Franciscan and follow St. Francis of Assisi in his simplicity. Anthony wanted to be a martyr, and God wanted him to live a complete life of preaching the gospel in Italy. Anthony wanted to die for his faith. God wanted him to live for his faith in community with his friar brothers. Anthony wanted to become almost like a hermit and spend his time in prayer, but God wanted him to learn theology and preach the gospel to people everywhere. Anthony had a plan for his life, but God's plan for him was different. So when we talk about lost things and St. Anthony, another way to think about this is not in terms of objects or parking places, but often the plans and dreams and goals that we have are often lost, just like in the life of St. Anthony. When this happened, what did Anthony do? He put his trust in God, and God brought him to a new plan that God wanted. Anthony had a wonderful life of preaching and performing miracles, and we'll be talking about all of those wonderful things that St. Anthony did and all of the lives that he touched by his preaching. Yet even as he came near death, he had a plan and wanted to be brought to his beloved Padua to die. But yet again, God had a different plan for him, and he died about 20 miles from Padua in a small town called Arcella. There, Anthony passed into the arms of his loving God. Let's think of St. Anthony not just as someone who lives the gospel way of life and finds lost objects, but as someone just like us who lost a lot in his life. Plans, dreams, ideas, relationships, loved ones, and of course, our keys. This is the real lesson of his life for us. When he lost a dream, a plan, a loved one, Anthony trusted in God, completely trusted in God, and knew that when he lost a life plan or a dream, God would replace his dream with another one. God's plans was something else. For this wonder worker, this Franciscan friar, his life was not one of fulfilled plans and dreams, but of trust in the God of love to care for him and guide him on his journey of life to life everlasting. The saint of lost things is really the saint of finding God.
So if you haven't already followed me, please follow me, hit the subscribe and the bell notification, and then all. And if you're wondering, what am I doing with all these things? Sadly, a lot of churches are being closed down due to the pandemic. I don't even know if I can even say that word because we're being heavily censored in the United States. But the lack of donations and parishioners, going to worship has cost the Catholic Church and multiple other different kind of faiths and different kinds of worship places a lot of strife. And so it's very easy now to get these first-class relics. They're all over the internet, at thrift stores, at antique shops, at flea markets, at garage sales, because slowly but surely most of these churches are liquidating as they are not getting the donations needed to fund their churches anymore. And so a lot of these are being found all over the place. So you might be criticizing me saying, well, you shouldn't be having this. You should give this to your bishop or your local parish. Well, I will be sharing. I'm in collaboration with a couple of different Catholic priests right now we are going to use these to bless the parishioners one by one. This is going to be a traveling set of relics, and I'm excited about that. I will be filming that, the blessing of people with these, so stay tuned to my channel. And St. Anthony, like I always thought, like the saint of finding lost things, and the guy was right. Basically, the saint of like lost dreams, of like people losses, basically in general losses. Like when I lost my mother, I was really it took me like 3 years before I could be not angry anymore. Well, I'm still angry, I'm not gonna lie, but like I'm filled with rage all the time. But these relics have actually calmed me down and brought me back into the faith. I wasn't in the faith for a long time, and I had a hole in my heart. And do I trust 100%? The answer is no, but I'm trying. So thanks for watching. I will see you guys all soon. And St. Anthony, oh my God, I just love this relic. I will cherish it. None of these are for sale, by the way, so don't ask. I'm not selling them. And that's just like it's just so beautiful, and all of these are so beautiful.